there's a lot of, at the national and even international level, drugs and drug trafficking organizations that touch Knoxville.
From north, south, east to west, police say drugs are making their way into Knoxville.
It started out with pills coming from Detroit in the north, and then that evolved into heroin, and then that evolved into fentanyl. So what's made it long term is the fact that there's a lot of supply up there. Unfortunately, a lot of demand down here.
Crime Stoppers is helping pump the brakes on all the trafficking by setting up a portal where Stacy Payne says people have sent in more than 800 anonymous tips in the last year. On average, KPD gets 40 drug-related tips each month, some leading to an arrest.
I have sent tips to Knoxville Police Department, for instance. That was nothing more than, here's a cell phone number. I don't know who it belongs to. I don't know anything. All I know is this number. And they were able to figure out from there and do a little bit of research to find out, link that number to somebody and make an arrest. And that was a burner phone at that.
Payne says more times than not, many tips aren't always helpful. Either there's not enough information given or the communication stops.
But if they don't respond back, there's nothing we can do. And a lot of times those tips go cold because they're not willing or able to give us additional information.
So aside from your tips, there's one last thing they're asking from you: your patience.
Whenever you look at what the courts require us to have to execute a search warrant, to conduct a stop, it's got to go well beyond an anonymous tip. So the anonymous tip is a base that we start with, but it takes a lot more to be able to become actionable and to take action.
Now, here's a few things to remember the next time you send a tip in to Crime Stoppers. Include as much information you can and continue checking back on your tip in case Crime Stoppers need to ask you some follow-up questions, Will.
All right, Glenn, Crime Stoppers and police are pretty much asking folks to essentially be community investigators, but the question begs, what's in it for them?
Of course, including a safe neighborhood, or safer neighborhood, I should say. There's a chance a tipster can earn a cash reward, sometimes in the thousands, if their information leads to an arrest.
All right, Gwendolyn Agree, thank you. If you have a tip for Crime Stoppers, we have the number to call